homelessness, when it comes to prisons, the numbers of men in these situations are astronomically higher than women. And then this same guy read a lot of the feedback from women, and it was horrible. They were celebrating the fact that men are three times more likely to commit suicide. I just can't, and it's no wonder good men in this world are backing away from women and saying, look, this is not right. And when this attitude pervades, feminists cannot sit there and say we're only about equality. Let me give you a thought, ladies, and I'm gonna get a lot of grief for this. And I don't care. I don't know you, and I ain't scared of you. Okay? If a man is here and you want to be equal, and the only way you can get equal is to band together and tear him down so that you can be at his level, you're not equal. You're not equal. Okay? You're a parasite. I'm not going to go any further into that, all right? Because I will get wound up and get scratchy. Men, you're feeling isolated and alone and lonely. What do? You can't find a good woman these days, it seems like. And they're out there. Let me tell you right now, there's good women are still out there. They come through here. We meet them around, and there are still really good, solid women of values who value themselves, who value the men around them. They're just harder to find.
This is your champion.
So what's a guy to do? Look, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not trained. I don't.
It's not that
Okay.
kind of
Don't
ride.
beat
I'm
yourself
just.
up. Leave that
I
to
don't
me.
know. Uncle Dwayne.
That was a
Go
joke.
sit down and have a cup of coffee and a cigar and say, hey
Don't
man,
beat
I don't know
yourself
what
up.
to do.
Leave
All I
that
can
to
do is
me.
give you my view.
That
Maybe
was
it'll
a
help.
joke.
Maybe it won't. Speaking of
Don't beat
cigar,
yourself up.
Perdomo Immenso 70. It's the only Perdomo cigar I've ever purchased that disappointed me. I bought a box of them. I really like the 70 gauge. Sitting around in the evening, it gives me a lot of time. But this cigar has been the least pleasing of any Perdomo cigar I've ever had. It's not that I don't like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be having one this morning. But it just, to me, it doesn't measure up. It's a Maduro made in Nicaragua. Everything should be, and it's from a great company. Everything should be, like, I'm down to 3 out of the box, and I have not yet had what I call a mustache burner. One that's so good, I don't want to let it go, and it gets all the way down to the point I'm afraid it's going to burn my mustache. A great cigar is a mustache, but it's, it's pretty decent. And I do like it. But I mean, I'm getting a hot spot right here, back away from my burn, and they're just, I don't know. But it's still it's better than some other cigars. But I wanted one this morning. So let's look at it, guys. Loneliness, and what is the answer to loneliness? Well, if you're lonely, I mean, it stands to reason that you're not finding people, outside people, that you can connect with on a physical level, an emotional level, a mental level, a spiritual level, whatever, wherever you're at. Now, it's harder for some people, and I understand personality. I understand there's difficult things. For me, I'm very comfortable in my own head. I'm very comfortable alone for hours at a time, for days at a time. Doesn't mean I haven't felt loneliness. It doesn't mean that I don't feel lonely at times. But it's not something I can do. And to me, from what I see, is the one companion. Let's think this through. The one companion outside of God, if you're follow God, if you believe in God and you have Him, then there's always a friend that sticketh closer to a brother. But this, we're talking about the human issue. The one companion that's always going to be with you is yourself. And you're not in that place anymore. It's not something we have to have. And the hell that you go through with these relationships just in order to have someone to sleep with from time to time is not worth the destruction that it's doing to your soul and to your spirit, to your life. It's not worth it. Become your own man. Become your own man. If these feminazis want to burn their own world down around them, let them do it. You don't have to be in it. Morning. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. Let me ask you a question. Morning.
Fancy a bit of a blather?
Dwayne here. Morning. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School.
Trying to hold it down.
Let me ask you a question. At what age should you have it all together?
All of our enemies.
At what age should you have it all figured out? I get a lot of mostly young men on the channel, and they're from 17 to 35, 36, 39, and they lament
but it's not that kind of ride.
that they're at a place in their life and they don't have it figured out, and they don't have it all together, and they wonder what's wrong with them because they don't have it figured out. They don't have it all together. Of course you don't have it all together. You're not supposed to have it all together. You're not expected to have it all together. Anybody looks at you at 26, 27, 28 years old and says, hey man, what's wrong with you? How come you don't have everything figured out? They're a fool. Knowledge and experience and wisdom takes time. Wisdom comes from experience, and experience takes time. The more experience you have, the more you learn from that experience, the wiser you can get. If you haven't lived long enough to have a broad enough portfolio of experience, then you can't expect to have knowledge and wisdom. We are told by society today, and it's inferred by movies and television programs, that by the time you're 26 or 27, you should be graduated from college, you should have a degree, you should have a good job, you should have a wife, and you should have it together. We watch these programs and they're, this movie is an hour and a half long, and within an hour and a half, a person goes from a goofed up teenager to someone who's just settled and got it all going on. And they get the job, they put their childhood bully in his place, they get the girl, fade to black, and we're left to imagine the rest of their life. And what we imagine is left with the last thing that we see. Man, they got it together. Of course, we don't consider the fact that if you turn the TV off and watch the news, you'll see those same actors show up in the news again and again, making stupid mistakes, and they ain't got it together. A pine tree grows in the cools very fast. An oak tree grows in the cools very slow. But which one lasts longer? Which one's stronger? Which one shelters more critters and birds? Which one, when it's done and over and it's cut down, which one is more valuable for the lumber? People don't go out and say, I'm going to spend some money for some pine furniture. They want oak furniture. There's a lot of sentiment expressed on the channel. Boy, Dwayne, I I wished you'd have been my dad. No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. There's sentiments expressed on there, that, you know, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. People don't go out and say, I'm gonna spend extra money for some pine furniture. They want oak furniture. There's a lot of sentiment expressed on the channel. Boy, Dwayne, I wished you'd have been my dad. No, you don't. Which one's Shelby? There's sentiments expressed on there, that, you know, I'm flattered, but I know better. I don't take it serious. Nobody bursts from their mother's womb ready for the womb. Nobody bursts from their mother's womb aged and mature and wise. And I'm not wise. I'm not saying I'm wise. I just say that happened. That's why that happened. So, man, maybe we ought not do that. I don't know. To me, that's a kind of a shallow, easy definition of wisdom. But I'm 55 years old, and I'm just now starting to get a little bit figured out. There's a song that Ian Tyson sings, and if you like cowboy music and you're not familiar with Ian Tyson, you ought to look him up. But he's got a song called The Old Double Diamond, and it's about an old cowboy that the ranch he's worked on for years is getting sold. And there's and he says on there, when I first hired on for the Old Double Diamond, I was a darn poor excuse for a man. Yeah. Mama's laughing back there. I edited that for you. It says, I never learned how to aim when the spirit was tame. I couldn't see all the cards in my hand. Well, son, a lot of what your difficulty is right now is you have not yet learned how to aim while the spirit is tame, and you can't see all the cards in your hand. It's not saying the cards aren't there.
I'm in a class of my
It's just
own.
you haven't matured enough to see them. And there will come a time you keep going. Good morning. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. And speaking of Mama, we are almost to 100,000 subscribers. We're at 91,600. Good morning. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. December 25th, 2022. So I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Hoping everybody's getting through that storm that came through the country. We had about a 45-degree drop in temperature over a matter of just 6 or 7 hours. And so we spent the last 3 days out here busting up water and hauling water in 5-gallon buckets and putting hay out.
Let's check
But
out
I
that area.
think for us anyhow, it's about half is doing better. So I want to ask you a question. All right? What makes you uniquely you? I think a lot of times folks, especially young folks who I tend to empathize with and speak to more often, they're not comfortable
Yes, please.
because they're going along
You can, darlings.
with the
We're
society that's
already
around
inside the
them,
next ring.
and they're trying
First
to fit
blood.
in the framework
Well, you can't solve the eternal
of
mysteries
what
of youth.
everyone around them or on whatever social media they're on says that they should be, how they should look, how they should conduct themselves. And you can't be comfortable with yourself if you don't know who yourself is. And you can't know who yourself is if you don't stop looking at how everybody around you is, and start looking at what makes you comfortable and what makes you uniquely you. There's roughly close to, I guess, about 8 billion people on this planet, but there's only one you. Would you stand out in the crowd? Not in a bad way. what makes you you doesn't need to be something that's immoral or obnoxious or uncomfortable. But just uniquely you. Just you. Now I get a lot of comments on there on the channel, a lot, about my wardrobe. I spent a lot of years in Alaska, a lot of years riding in Alaska, and then riding, in Wyoming and Colorado and other places. And over the years, I've developed me, what works for me, what I like, what I'm comfortable with, whether it be my wardrobe, whether it be the beard, whether it be the hair, whether it be the rifles and the handguns that I carry when I'm hunting and out in the woods. Whatever it is, it's me. And I don't ask, what is everybody around me doing?
Hey, watch my back,
And
pals.
so that's
There's
what
a
I
kill
need to
leader
do.
out
When
there.
I went and got the job in Colorado, I guess it was last summer, summer before last. When I showed up, I was me. And I had the Filson vest, and I had a big old long beard. I had the black, this is my winter hat, Resist All 7X, and I saw no need to change. I saw no need to go start buying short sleeve, full snap shirts and straw hats, square-toed Cayman boots, and I saw no need to change. I was me, and I could cowboy being me the same as I could cowboy trying to look like somebody else. I shaved the beard after a while because during branding and that time of year we spent a lot of time out in the lots and in the pens with the cattle, and there was so much wind and so much dust that it just stayed dirty all the
Evo
time.
shield here.
And
Level 3.
I couldn't keep it decent. I couldn't keep it nice, and so I shaved it because that's what I needed to do for me. But then when I got to where it was practical again, I grew it back out. Why? Because it's me. Because it's me. And you'll not find what's the word I want? Confidence in yourself if you don't know who yourself is. You won't find confidence in yourself if you're so busy trying to figure out what everybody around you thinks you ought to be and then match that, because you're not going to make people around you happy. You're not going to. Okay? So you need to be you.
Care
Young
package
ladies,
over there.
if there's any young ladies watching this, right now, society, social media says that you need to dress and conduct yourself like you're making money on a street corner in LA somewhere. And you're like, there's something deep inside of you that's like, kind of cheap. I don't know. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be you. Be you. Okay? Don't let social media and culture and television and media tell you how you should be and what you should be and who you should be. Now again, there are people who will use that as an excuse to be immoral, or to be obnoxious, or to be hateful, or to be irritating. I'm not talking about that. Okay, I think if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm not talking about that. I'll give an example here that my wife has warned me I should not do. And I'm probably going to regret it because my wife is the wiser of the two, and usually when I don't follow her advice, I pay for it. But today is December 25th. It's Christmas Day. Now my last name is Noel. We pronounce it Noel, but there's others who pronounce it Noel. My last name literally means Christmas. That's what it means. Now, listen to what I'm saying and listen to all of my words when I say this, okay? I don't celebrate Christmas. Now, we bought some Christmas gifts for the grandkids. I don't have a problem with Christmas. I don't have a problem with Christmas. I don't have a problem with those who celebrate Christmas. And when people say, wish me a Merry Christmas, I happily wish it back. I hope you do have a Merry Christmas. It's good. Am I a Christian? Yes, I am. Do I believe in the birth of Jesus Christ? Yes, I do. Do I believe he was born of a virgin? Do I believe in Bethlehem and all? Of course I do. Absolutely I do. But I think over the years we've become lockstep and we've completely lost what it's about. And I've gotten to the point where I said, you know, if a Christian is only a Christian on Christmas and Easter,
Replicate
it's
engine
really
in orbit.
and then, you know, all the other stuff. I read too much. I used to read a lot. Study too much, and knowledge is a burden. And a lot of our Christmas traditions, I studied out where they came from and where they actually began, which is long before what we recognize today. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to carry on that. And so, but my point is not that you shouldn't do it. My point is this is me. And although I'm in a culture and in a society where everybody's doing it, I don't do it. I'm perfectly fine with everybody else doing it, but I'm just not comfortable with it. I'm me. I haven't had a Christmas tree in 20 years.
Let's go that way. Target over there.
Thanks,
My cigar
darling.
went out. So you just be confident in you. When my wife and I when we go out, we go shopping. I try not to separate, which means I'll follow her through the groceries. I'll follow her through the vegetable aisle, and I'll follow her through all that because if we separate, invariably, with my bad knee, I'm limping all over the store trying to find it. But sometimes we get separated, she comes looking for me, and she never grow it. Hair's getting kind of long. Let it. What are you going to do? Nothing. Mama likes it. I like it. It's different than what everybody around me is doing. It's definitely different. You won't find another horse trainer on YouTube that looks like I do, or sounds like I do, or does like I do. And I'm not intimidated by that. Okay? I'm me. My videos, I have folks who very